There's an old structure from 1890 and it's still standing. It's crazy, all these years. So we're looking at what, 128, about 128 years that's still there. Yeah, the rail would go up the hill this way. You can just see all this steel rail. Probably the mine cars would come up here, and I don't know how they pulled them up here. And then it would go down that way, down the hill where the mine was. Yeah, I wonder if there's any more old relics around here. Oh, wait, what? Well, look at, there's an old miner.
Somebody forget to wake me for my shift.
Oh, there's an old miner.
Oh no, I'm gonna get in trouble from the boss.
The miner.
I gotta get to work.
Get to work.
Yeah. Man. I'm late.
Here's another old log structure. It could have been a cabin. You can see all the ferns and thimbleberry plants, mosquitoes. And you can see how lush this is, how it's more like a rainforest climate up here. We're on this Huginnin Cove loop. We finally made it down to the lake, and you can just hear the waves crashing this little cove down here. It sounds just gorgeous. Most of the time on the island you got two ridges, the Greenstone or Menage Trail that goes from west to east or east to west. And you have down by the Fedman, and then you have this here, this Huginnin Trail will go down by the lake. And of course rock harbors, whatever harbor you're at, that's where you'll see the lake. But otherwise, you're up on the hills. You don't see the lake much unless you see it way off in the distance through the trees, because of thick vegetation here, you don't see it much. But it's nice to be down by the lake, and we're going to camp down by the lake tonight, so that's going to be great being on Huginnin Cove. Well, we're on the north end of Huginnin Cove. We're on a trail that follows the lake for about a mile, a little over a mile. This time, instead of being on the water, it's just above. There's a ledge that runs about a mile to this cove on Huginnin Cove. And we're just following it on this ledge, and you can hear the waves bashing against the side of the rocks. This section of the trail, you know, we're back here where there's pine trees. So there's a lot of roots and rocks. You have to be careful when it's wet, because you can really slip and get hurt. So you really got to watch the trail when you're walking, especially with the roots. Those roots can be real slippery. Once in a while you get these little trails that head to the ledge so we can get down here and look around and get a little bit of breeze, see the lake. You can see Canada over there, which is kind of cool. Michigan is that away. Beautiful morning, sun's out, nice breeze. Gorgeous day today. That's looking out from my hammock. That's the view I have from when I'm sleeping, looking out my porch mode onto the lake. Have a nice view. Hopefully the wind will be blowing tonight to keep those mosquitoes out of here. And then I can hear the waves lapping against the rocks. That'd be really pretty to hear during the nighttime. We're about to eat lunch. We're drying things out. Things were wet because it rained all day yesterday. Hiking in here, the brush was wet, so we got our clothes wet, so we're drying everything out and drying everything out from the rain. The little stuff that we had, socks, shoes. Kicking back in the hammock, and I'm thinking about taking a little snooze here. We've got a nice breeze coming in, and man, I'm just amazed by the view. This probably could be one of the best things I had as far as the view. It's just gorgeous. That's what I'm looking out at, Lake Superior. We've been having some real crappy campsites, and now we come right to this gem. And right next to the camp is where we're getting our water. There's a babbling brook here. You can see running up there getting us water. You can see our hammocks are right here. The lake is right there. We got this babbling brook right next to our camp. Boy, this is a wonderful sight. What a great sight. You can't beat this.
I wonder if there's a path out on that point over there.
This little cove over here that's kind of cool. We're camped right over there. Huginnin Cove. I think I see a mermaid.
Right here.
our last night in Isle Royale, and we're at Huginnin Cove. Huginnin Cove is real beautiful. We're just watching the sunset here. It was a gorgeous sunset right in front of us. We're right in a little cove here. Got our chairs here, our footrests, and just enjoying the evening, reflecting on our 9 days. And it was a great trip. Tomorrow we get back on the boat and head on back to civilization.
Go back to the, we call the mainland up there in Grand Portage.
It's nighttime. I just got in my War Bonnet Ridge runner, got the screen up. The mosquitoes are starting to come out. It's about 9 o'clock. Sunset's about 8:30. Reflecting on the trip, getting ready to fall asleep and have memories and dreams of this trip. Had a great time with Runner. We had a great time going through the Isle Royale. It was a little different than we thought. A little more challenging, I guess, because we made a lot of, I made a lot of crucial mistakes. But I like to show you the view that I have out of my hammock as the sun setted, as I call it a day. Isn't that gorgeous? That's what I'm looking at right now. On the trail here, you'll see a lot of fox crap on there. Fox. What's a politically correct term?
Poopy.
Not poopy. Excrement. Droppings. Fox droppings. You're gonna find a lot of fox crap on the trail, and you can see they are gorging on blueberries. The blueberries are really ripe this year. They're wonderful. They're sweet, these wild blueberries. Runner really enjoyed them. Yep. I think his pocket's full of them.
I think it's droppings is the correct terminology for YouTube.
Okay.
Fox droppings.
Fox droppings. Those are fox dropping, not fox crap or fox poop or...
Can't say crap.
Can't say crap?
No, quit saying crap.
No crap. Can I say S-H-I-T?
No, you can't do
Ship
that.
high in transit?
You have to say droppings.
Droppings. Okay, so take two. Fox droppings. Well, this concludes our trip of Isle Royale. Started off on Felderman Trail, went up to Greenstone, a little bit on the Minogue or the Menage, and then we did that Huginnin Cove loop. You guys, if I was to do this over again, I wouldn't have done the Felderman loop. That was kind of a dog. It was lowland, brushy. It was, I would say, a lot of mosquitoes. If I was to do it over, and you guys, if you have never come to Isle Royale, I would go on to Greenstone, up to Greenstone and down the Minogue Trail.
Menage.
I'm sorry, Menage Trail.
Yeah.
Menage Trail. And then also go in Huginnin Cove, because that is just beautiful in there. I don't go on the Felderman Loop. I wish someone would have told me. I seen some of the YouTube videos of Felderman Loop, and they said it was a nice trip. It's a dog, and I really wish you YouTubers would have told us that, because I would have saved us some times hitting that.
It may have been because of August, though. I mean, the weeds are at the highest level. I'm not sure. In the fall it might be okay, but definitely not July or August. That Felderman Loop would be a no.
Yeah, I think the only time that would be good was in September, but still it'd be prettier up and nicer up in Greenstone and over into the Minogue Menage Trail and the Huginnin Cove. It was a good trip. We had not much rain. Isle Royale is kind of like a rainforest. The terrain is different. You go into Greenstone, you see three different types of environments, really, and it's really cool. So it has an environment of a rainforest. A lot of ferns, lush, overgrown trails with vegetation. When it rained, we got a little bit wet because of the vegetation. You walk through that vegetation, it really soaks you. But otherwise, it was pretty good. What do you think, Runner?
Well, I think it was overall a good adventure. I mean, the Filderman Loop was part of that adventure. I would agree with Maureen that it really was kind of rough at times, where you got brush that's up to his shoulders means that that's over my head, as you can see.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting hit in the face. I couldn't even walk very close behind him because I was constantly getting slapped with the brush. But that was part of the adventure, and that's the way I look at it. We were very blessed throughout. We had decent, good weather, very nice weather a few of the days. And the days and the mornings that it was raining was nice because we were moving, and so it kept us cool. The humidity was high all week, I believe, but the rain and the mist was a welcome also. We loved the site we had last night and the night before. Island Mine, we were able to have a campfire, and that's one thing you need to remember. We love to have campfires, and there was only a couple places on this whole island. Two sites on the whole island that you can have a campfire. We took advantage of that without a doubt. But so it was a good trip. It was. I thought a few years ago that when I turned 60, I wanted to do something that I had never done before, and that was to hike this island. And so the Marine helped to make that come true, and I appreciate him helping me with that to take this trip out here. So.
60 years old. This guy's an animal, man. I can hike pretty good, but man, he's a hiker. He's an animal.
Yeah, well, and I enjoy the physical part of this hike that we did. It wasn't as challenging as some, but in some aspects it was more challenging than others. So, but we look forward to our next adventure.
Yes, and that is coming next month. We'll be heading out again to Boundary Waters and Superior Hiking Trail. This is Runner and the Marine signing off with Backpacking with a Hammock. I'm choking here.